Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to see some details about global English. Shall we? Global or world language refers to a language that is learned and spoken internationally. A global language acts as a lingua franca, a common language for people from diverse backgrounds and ethnicities. It is characterized by the number of its native and second language speakers, its geographical distribution, and its use in international organizations and in diplomatic relations. The influence of any language is the combination of three main things: the number of countries using it as their first language or mother tongue, the number of countries adopting it as their official language, and the number of countries teaching it as their foreign language of choice in schools. The intrinsic structural qualities of a language, the size of its vocabulary, the quality of its literature throughout history, its association with great cultures or religions, political power of its native speakers, and the economic power with which it is able to maintain and expand its position are the important factors for the popularity of any language. The history of English has traditionally been divided into three main phases: Old English, Middle English, and Modern English. But it seems that Global English represents a new and fourth phase in which its main use around the world is between non native speakers. The development of English as a global language is one of the most remarkable phenomena of the late 20th and early 21st centuries. For the first time in the history of human society, a single language has become sufficiently universal that it can be used as a global lingua franca for communication between speakers of many languages. Global English is largely a product of economic globalization and very recent developments in communication technology. The wider roots of English as a world language lie much further in the past, that is, the British colonial expansion in the 19th century. English was adopted in all nations around the world, such as North America, India, Pakistan, Philippines, Africa, Australia, and New Zealand, through the colonization of British in those countries. At present, English serves as the first and the second language for almost 1 billion people around the globe. English has more non native speakers than any other language and is used for more purposes than any other language. Its large number of speakers and its worldwide presence have made English a common language, a lingua franca of the airlines, of the sea and shipping, of computer technology, of science, and indeed of global communication generally. By the late 18th century, the British Empire had facilitated the spread of modern English through its colonies and geopolitical dominance. Modern English facilitated worldwide international communication. In the post colonial period, modern English serves as an official language of many countries. Global English is otherwise referred to as World English, Common English, General English, International English, or Globish. The emergence of so many hybrid forms of English means that global English is becoming even more important. It is a collection of these different varieties of English that is spoken throughout the world leads to the movement towards an international standard for the language. So, English has got the status of global language. A global language mainly arises due to the political as well as the economic power of its native speakers. Thus, English emerged as a global language or lingua franca. Now, More than 350 million people around the world speaking English as a first language, and more than 430 million people speaking it as a second language in most countries around the world. If we take standard English or the English native speakers use every day, it is very difficult to translate it into foreign languages. Global English modifies the rules of standard English. In Global English, sentences are short, word order is consistent and as predictable as possible, the passive voice is avoided, no metaphors or other types of figurative language are used. Everything is literal and logical, and it is clearer and more suited for non native English speakers. Global English is a style of writing that makes written English more easily understood and followed by non native speakers. It is precise, logical, and literal. It features short but simple sentences, no use of complicated and complex words. It is clear, consistent, and engaging to the readers. If a piece of writing follows the guidelines of Global English, it can be more easily followed by non native speakers. It is a style that is very easily translated into other languages. It makes communicating clearer, faster, and more effective. Because of its transparency, Global English is the preferred style of translators. The rules and guidelines of Global English make it ideal for translation by either machine technology or humans. English is the global language of business too. Multinational companies have mandated English as the corporate language. Governments across the world have in the last few years embarked on ambitious education reforms which will integrate English more deeply into the curriculum. English will cease to be a foreign language for many of the world's citizens as it becomes repositioned as a basic skill to be learned by primary school children of the 21st century. Learning English is now seen as being of economic benefit to individuals and national economies in every part of the world. A wave of English is now building up. Within a decade, nearly a third of the world population will all be trying to learn English at the same time. Thank you for listening.